Safety Systems Helmet Shop. I am Corporal Brian, Safety Systems Tech, presently employed in the Helmet and Mask section. In CFB Moose Jaw, we service and maintain approximately 410 helmets, 360 of these helmets being jet aircrew helmets. The other remainder being chopper helmets, 411 helmets. The helmet used on the jet is a 41-2 jet aircrew helmet. What I'm going to do now is just go through the basic specifications and parts of this helmet. First, we'll start off with your mask and pate assembly. The mask is designed basically to give the pilot oxygen up in higher altitudes where there is not enough substantial oxygen for the pilot to breathe normally. We'll go from there to the pate and dual visors. On the jet helmet, you have a clear visor as well as a dark visor. These visors are used for protection on an ejection as well as for protection against foreign object damage hitting the aircraft like a bird strike or other strikes like that. The telecom system used on this helmet is incorporated in the mask as well. As you can see, this mask maintains a lot of safety precautions as well as a lot of equipment. Now we'll go on to the 411 helmet used on the chopper. The outer shell is exactly the same as the jet, except for the fact that it only has one single visor. Basically, that is for just wind retention as well as sun retention to stop the sunlight from hitting your eyes. It does not have a mask, as they don't have to worry about an injection in a chopper, and its communication system is just a boom mic on the side. This helmet itself is inspected every 90 days, and the jet helmet is inspected every 30 days, which means the section in here, the 3 personnel working here go through 18 to 20 helmets a day, as well as the maintenance and fitting of other helmets throughout the base. Thank you.
My name is Private Stevens, and I am today going to explain some of the functions of the kit shop where I am employed, Safety Systems. We have 1 master corporal, 1 corporal, and 1 corporal private that are employed there to service 216 global CPAPs that are placed into the Tudor aircraft. We have 3 helicopters that contain survival equipment that we look at as well. Today I'm not going to explain any of the helicopter kits, as there will be a display there and personnel to explain all the functions. Global CPAC is a fiberglass container that is utilized as a seat in the aircraft within the ejection seat, as you'll see in one of the displays. And some of the equipment that we have inside the kit is a pair of gloves for winter operation, because the gloves pilots may have may get torn, wet, or otherwise. A spare set of socks. We have a survival knife, whistle for signaling purposes, first aid kit. We have insect repellent, water purification tablets, sunscreen for obvious reasons. We have food supplements, snare wire, sunglasses, a signaling mirror, aluminum foil, fishing kit, plastic bags. We have a compass, instructions on how to use the compass, and survival techniques. We have a cable saw, signal flare, and a mosquito net for the face. At the bottom here, we have a survival kit container, which houses all equipment as you see displayed here. We have a sleeping bag container that is vacuum packed, and we have a sleeping bag that is unrolled, shown here. It's a down-filled nylon mummy bag that will keep any person warm in extreme cold weather. At the far right here, we have a 1-man life raft that is folded up, and we have one on display here that is inflated. It has an apron to cover the pilot in adverse weather conditions. We have a drogue chute sea anchor, as it's called, to maintain the life raft headed into the wind. Contained on it is also a little bailing bucket to bail out any water. All this is housed together by means of this yellow lanyard, as you can see here, inside the kit. Once the pilot has ejected from the aircraft, the kit is still fastened to him with his parachute. He will deploy the contents at about 1,000 feet above the ground. The bottom opens up, everything comes out of the kit. The life raft will automatically inflate, and when he lands on the ground, all his contents are fastened to him by means of the lanyard, fastened to his life preserver or parachute harness. As you can see on some of the displays here, we have things fitted, and you can see a dummy figure that will have this all deployed. Thank you very much for listening to this tape. I hope you enjoy yourself, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
My name is Pratt Wilson. Welcome to the flotation section. On this base we have approximately 374 high-performance jet Mae West. We inspect them about every 60 days. What I'm about to tell you is how the Mae West works and what it has attached to it. Now, first of all, the Mae West can be either automatically inflated or it can be manually inflated. The two ways, or the first way it does, is when the pilot lands in the water after ejecting. What happens is the water will fill into these holes, it will complete a circuit. It is battery operated. Once it completes the circuit, the squid will fire, which is a ballistic charge. After the charge is fired, there's two pins that pierce the CO2 cylinders, and after this is done, it inflates the Mae West, so that the pilot could be totally unconscious and still have the ability to stay above the water without inflating it himself. The other way, if the pilot is conscious and the first method does not operate correctly, he can just pull this red toggle and it will pierce the cylinders just by doing that. It has a number of other devices on the Mae West. The first one is a strobe light, which you see here. It is 10 times brighter than the sunlight itself, so it is very easily seen from the air. There's also a whistle, so that the pilot does not have to waste his voice. All he has to do is blow the whistle, which is very loud and clear and can be heard for quite a ways. Over here we have some sea dye marker. The pilot will, upon seeing an airplane, put it into the water and rip it open, and it will release a fluorescent orange color. And this can be seen for very, very many miles. And also here we have a toggle, so if there's more than one pilot in the water, if they want to tie themselves to each other so they don't separate, this is what this is used for. Well, this concludes my demonstration on the Mae West. Thank you very much.